How. Woo! Where's the snow? Was there snow this year? I don't know. Not really. Today was our first day finally. And yeah, all the decorations are nearly gone. So we got still our fancy watch from the Wifeykins. Woo! Yeah, Christmas watch. So just helping you on inverse functions. Shout out to Mrs. Cassidy for helping go through it with me. Make sure that I teach it the best I can for you students. So thanks again for being here, you guys. Okay, so just kind of doing some quick review with you. Do you remember how to factor? Well, when I first did this problem, I had to switch them. Because I thought factors of 3 are 3 and 1, and factors of x squared are x and x, right? And so then thinking of factors of 8. And so I first thought 2 and 4 would give me 6. And so 2 and 3 would give me 6. 2 times 3 is 6. And 4x, that would give me 10. But this is negative. Oh, so one of those has to be negative because it's going to be positive and positive. So, but that's not right. That's not right. So we're going to go ahead and change those. And we're even going to have to switch them around. And that happens sometimes, right? Sometimes it doesn't work and you got to go back. So the 2 actually goes here. The 4 goes here. And now we have negative 4 times 3 is negative 12x. Yeah, negative 12x with a positive 2x. And that gives us, that still doesn't work, do you both? Okay, gotta switch those signs again one more time. So that's a positive there. And then this is a negative there. There we go. So now we have a positive 12x minus 2x is 10x. Woo! That took a bit. I'll double check my answer key. All right, so that's number 1. So try number 2. Can you pull out the GCF? Can you factor it more? Can you factor it more? Right, give 3 a try. I'm waiting. Pause me. Give 3 a try. Do you remember how to factor? So we get 5x and x. Probably 1 times 3 gives us our 15x. Plus our 1x there. And so that's 16x. Nice. So that's definitely going to help us there. Definitely going to help us there. So go ahead and give number 4 a try. And factor it more, because I think it does factor more, right? Factors more. Give it a try. Give it a try. I think it factors more. Graph each function. 5 distinct points. Only 3 for square roots. So this one is a square root. So we're going to go, what does this do? Do you remember? Do you remember what this does? So it's going to be down 5. And then what does inside the radical look like? Well, inside the radical is just like inside some parentheses, and it's opposite, right? It's opposite what you think. So the negative 5 is the y values. That's the y values. So we're down here at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's our y-intercept. That's our y-intercept. So what about this? So this will be our x values. And specifically, it's going to do, you think it's going to be 1/2 x, right? You think it's divided by x. But it's the opposite. It's the opposite. So it's actually going to be times. It's actually going to be times by x. So it's actually going to be times by not x. What number is that there? 1/2. So it's actually going to be times by 1/2. Yeah. So times by 1/2 and not divide. Okay, so if we look at our xy table there, do you remember how to do the parent function? Do you remember how to do the parent function? This is back to 6.1. So we use 0, 0. We use 1, 1, and that gives the square root of 1 is 1, and we use 4, 2. And so that's our parent function. We are going down 5. We're going down 5, so that's our new 0, 0 is actually going to be down 5. And then as far as the x values go, this affects the x values, this affects the x values. We're going to half them. So we're going to half, no, we're not halving, yeah, are we times it by half? Or are we dividing by half? It says times by a half. So we actually have to, it says times by half. Times by a half. So that means we do have to divide by half. Oh man. So it says times by a half. So times by half, the opposite is divide by a half. And so that means, how do you divide by a half? Well, that means you actually times then by 2. Because dividing by half is timesing by 2. And we can double check with our graphing software to make sure that it works. Okay, so we're actually going to times by 2. We're going to times by 2. We're going to times by 2. So this will actually be 8, 2. This will actually be 2, 1. And that'll still be 0, negative 5. Okay, let's give it a try. So we're going to go, so 2, 1. When I say 2, 1, I mean over 2, up 1. Over 2, up 1. And then instead of over 4, the square root of 4 is 2. We're actually going to go over 8 up 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up 2. So that should be our graph there, right? At 0, negative 5. At 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 2, negative 4. And then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down 1, 2, 3. So this should be 8, negative 3. Let's give it a try. Let's check our software there if it lets us. But that looks good to me. So you could do an XY table where you actually plug directly into the function with the half, right? You'd have to choose even values. But I was just doing a transformation there is what I was doing. So we go to y equals. Go ahead and clear these guys. There it is. Okay, so this is going to be the square root of 1/2 x, right arrow, minus 5. And then we push graph. Looks like we're at zoom 6, so it looks like we're at 0, negative 5. We should also be at 2, so 2, negative 4, and 8, negative 3. So 2, negative 4, yep, looks good there. 2, negative 4, looks good there. And then all the way over at 8, negative 3. Takes a while to get there. Woo! So 8, negative 3. Yep, looks good. Round that to 8 negative 3. We got it. So again, that transformation, I used the parent function 0, 0 over 1 up 1 over 4 up 2. And then I transformed the x values and went down 5. We got it. Woo! So now you try. Now you try. So that one is going to be third power, so it will look something like that. Okay, solve each equation. Remember to check your solutions. Remember to check your solutions. Remember to check your solutions. Okay, so we want to get everything to the other side first. So solve for x, right? So this is a prison break. And x is your prisoner. X is your prisoner. And so we have to, this is like a guard. And so this is another guard. If I can spell. If I can spell guard. Right? If I can spell guard. And so we need to, so we need to go ahead and prison break. And then always start with the guard or number furthest? I just mean like PEMDAS, but not PEMDAS, SADMAP. SADMAP. So SADMAP means to do subtraction and addition first, then division and multiplication, and then SADMAP, that's supposed to be an E for exponents. And parentheses. Yeah, SADMAP. It's PEMDAS backwards. So do SADMAP. So we're going to start off with this guard because that's the furthest away. Right? So we're going to break this prisoner out. He's got a lot of guards. He's got like a dagger right there. It's like a dagger or knife. Or a sword. Ooh, a sword. Okay, so holding it right up to the prisoner. Look, he's even got him in a headlock right there. That 3's holding him in a headlock? Yeah, watch out. That guard's a tricky one. Okay, so first we're going to go to -4 to the other side. Right? -4 to the other side. Yeah. So then we get 10. Then we got to get that guard. So we're going to tunnel underneath and grab that guard from below. Pull him out of the ground. Got the 2. Divide to one side, divide to the other side. So now we have 5. Okay, so now we're going to bring down. Now we got to break into this house. What? Yeah, there's like this. We got to make those prison walls fall. Whoa! Right? And so how we do that is we just get a bird to come along, a 2, power 2, and just take that prison walls away. So we're going to go ahead and square both sides because this is technically the square root. And so if we square root one side, we have to square the whole other side. So that'll get rid of the house. Now we're left with 3x minus 8. So we get 25. And then we add 8 to the other side. So 25 plus 8 is 33. Equals. Okay, last prisoner. He's got him by a headlock there. We're just going to have to pull him from the ground. Grab his legs, pull him down. So we're going to divide by 3 and pull him down. And then divide by 3. And so that's 11. So x equals 11. Woo! Did you get 11? I hope you did. I hope you tried on your own first. Try the next 2 on your own next, right? Try the next 2. Okay, so we'll plug it in just to make sure. We've got to double check remember to check your solutions. So we're going to go ahead and bring this guy down. And plug in an 11. So 2 times the square root of 3. And then here goes our 11 minus 8. So that's minus 8. Wow, that's not a very good 8 there. Wow, my eraser doesn't even work. What is going on here? There we go. Okay, so then we got minus 8 plus 4 equals 14. Okay, so 3 times 11 is 33. 33 minus 8 is 25. The square root of 25 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. It works. Woo! Nice. So you try. So again, you're going to add 2 to the other side first. Then divide by 4. Right? Because we're doing subtraction, addition, then division. This one, we're going to have to get the half to the other side. You can divide by a half to the other side, or you can times by 2 to the other side. And that gives us 64. And then you do have to write this with the root, remember? So is it the third root or is it the square root? Remember, the bottom is the root. The bottom is the root. So it's a square root. And then we have negative 4x plus 24. And that's going to be all to the third power. It's going to be all to the third power there. And so, do you remember what you do? What do you do next? You had to rewrite that exponential fraction, and then you had to rewrite that. And so then you have to, you could cube root both sides first, or you could square both sides, get rid of the radical. We're going to end up doing that. So we're going to go ahead and like that. We're going to power 2. That'll get rid of that. But then you also have to square the equals 64 there. So you have to square that sucker. So that's going to be a huge number, but that's okay. So 64 squared is 4096. And then that gets rid of the radicals, so we're left with the negative 4x plus 24 to the third power. So now we want to cube root, boom. I want to cube root both sides, cube root both sides. So that'll give us the negative 4x plus 24, because that gets rid of the, so by cube rooting both sides, you get rid of the power 3. Equals, okay, so now we have to do math button, option 4, which is the cube root of 4096. That's all the way back down to 16. Woo! And then we're going to minus 24, minus 24. So that gives us a negative 8. Bring down the negative 4x. Good, good, good. And then divide by negative 4. So we get x equals 2. X equals 2. So then we plug it in and see if it works. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. And then negative 8 plus 24 is 16. And then 16 is to the 3/2 power. Right? So then we have to do 16 to the 3/2 power times a half. And we still have, yeah, so times a half. And then that's going to be, let's see, it's going to be 16. Square root of 16 to the third power. Put the 3 on the outside. And the square root of 16 is 4. And 4 to the third power is 64. Which equals our 64 from the right side. No, it's 32. Half power, forgot to half it. Forgot to half it. It's actually supposed to equal 32. But I forgot to half it. And so 32 equals 32, it works. Woo! So I did that kind of fast, but this video is going a little long there, so just had to hurry and check our answer there. Okay, see you on the next page. See you in the next video. You behind the screen, thanks for watching. Woo! Give Santa a high five. Yeah! Boom! Woo!